500 Days of Summer. I thought since it was named that title would be appropriate to film outside. So apologies if the wind tends to kick up. It should be quite mild, but 500 Days of Summer. A story about love, but not a love story. Keep that sentence in mind when you are watching this film or going through this review, because it's this line that holds true to the whole story. Again, a story about love, but not a love story. Summer is a woman that doesn't believe in true love. She doesn't believe in love at all because of certain things have happened in her past, especially with her parents' divorce. Unfortunately, Tom is one of those hopeless romantics, and he falls in love with Summer. And this is a story about the relationship, how they meet, the ups, the downs, the humorous fun times, and even the very tragic times of the relationship. The film is set up in a non-chronological order of 500 days. It opens up at day number 488, where they zoom in on Summer's engagement ring, and they're holding hands, and they look very happy. But the story then goes back to day one, where they meet, and the story of their relationship goes on from there. It does jump back and forth. It goes back from 240 to day 38. Fortunately, this was one of those last minute movies. I didn't have my notepad, so I couldn't tell you exactly. But it does jump around, but it's not confusing. They do have the little titles that tell you what day it is. But it makes this film that much more fun. Characters. There's really only two main characters. As you heard, I've talked about them. Tom and Summer. Tom Hansen is played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I've done 3 YouTube movie reviews, and he's been in 2 of them. I'm starting to think I might have a thing for this guy. Sorry. And Tom is your typical mid-20s guy. He went to school and he studied architecture. It's something that he loves, that he has a passion for. Unfortunately, life gave him something else, and he's not working as architecture. He's working at a greeting card company. This is where he does meet Summer and where the relationship begins. Tom is one of those characters that is filled with a roller coaster of emotions. If you're a guy that has ever dated a girl, you know exactly what this poor fellow is going through. From feelings of love at first sight, from seeing her just in the distance, to actually falling in love with her, to even to the point where he just wants to slap her because she's doing all those girly stuff in the relationship, where he just is totally confused. And honestly, I don't blame him. Man, that girl plays some games with his mind. But he does a great job. Joseph Gordon-Levitt does a great job with all the emotions that are needed in this movie. It's a total different role from his previous one as Cobra Commander, but he still pulls it off. Just go see this film to see the different acting styles of this guy. He's amazing. I didn't honestly think he would grow up to be such a great actor, seeing him as a little kid. Summer Finn, she is played by Zooey Deschanel. I think I probably mispronunciated that, but I apologize. You would recognize her. She has a pretty unforgettable face. She's got these bright blue eyes that you just sink into. Unfortunately, Zooey does play the same role in most films that she's in. The laid back but yet quirky girl that feels kind of uncomfortable in her own skin. That's probably why they chose her for this role. She pulls off Summer perfectly with all the different confusing things that she does to Tom and to anyone around her. She has a hard time having anyone get close to her. Zoe does a great job. It's one of those love-hate characters. You gotta love her, but you're just like, come on, don't do this. Anyways, Zoe does a great job. As for the production of this movie, it is a movie house film, so there's really not a whole lot of CGI or special effects or any major wardrobe or makeup done. I honestly think that most of these characters, that's probably what they showed up to on the set. I could actually see these characters wearing the same clothes day to day. But the production of this film, what makes it is the actual film style of the movie. They use creative transitions and artistic angles to make you feel like a part of the movie. If you ever watch Citizen Kane or Ed Wood, you know the different angles and the transitions that they use. This is what makes you feel a part of this movie. With the angles, it makes you not feel like a character, but a fly on the wall, looking into the relationship of these people. It's a very personal effect. And they even use some split screens at some time, and it's just very well filmed. Not production, but just filming. You can tell there's a filming style that this director took time out to actually set up. Besides that, it wasn't, like I said, it's a movie house film, so there's not a whole lot of production money into it. High-low. First high. I love the Ringo Starr references. From the beginning, they're starting out, who was your favorite Beatle? And Summer said Ringo. And from then on, there's Ringo references through the whole movie. Even at one point, Tom dresses up in his little Beatles suit, the mop top style suit, the suit with the skinny tie and the boots. Oh, I loved it. Of course, me being a big Beatles fan, of course I'm going to love this. A low is probably the pacing. It does tend to be a bit slow, but it's not slow enough that it makes you constantly look at your watch thinking, oh, when is this going to end? It's probably slow because you needed it, because that's kind of like part of their relationship. It's not slowed enough that you were not going to be entertained by what's going on the screen. A high, the day titles. Each shot, each different each different scene is started off with the number of the day and the picture. Now it's 500 days of summer, so it's showing a summer day. But just like any typical summer day, like it is right now, it could be nice and beautiful. It could be sunny. It could be foggy, rainy, windy. Or it could just be downright miserable, just like with any relationship. So you kind of know what that day is going to bring by the different effect of the title scene. A low, not enough of the secondary characters. I love Tom's friends. Unfortunately, we don't see any of Summer's friends. I just feel like there's another hidden understory of these characters, and I wanted to see just a little more of that. Again, there's not a whole lot that I could really put down with this film. It's really odd to have 2 movies in a row with A ratings. I encourage anyone that's had a relationship more than 3 months long to go see this movie. You will find a situation where you've been in yourself, and you're just like, oh, and that's what makes you get into this movie. You feel for these characters because you've been there, and you just want to see them succeed or even sometimes fail. Yeah, this is not your typical blockbuster summer film with explosions and a minimal plot, but It is a great film, and I honestly want to see it for Oscars, to be a contender for the Oscars. Again, just keep in mind, this is a story about love and not a love story. It holds true to that. And guys, I'm talking to you, guys, this movie is made for you. This is a man's romance. This, girls are going to like it, but men are probably going to enjoy it more. I encourage you all to go out and have fun with this film. If you're just wanting something just to watch and relax to, great summer film. And that is it. Until next time, I'll see you at the movies. Bye-bye.